I fell into a TikTok hole the other night. Actually, I think it might have even been last night. But
Is that like a K hole?
kind of, it's more like like a Wikipedia hole. You ever fall down a wiki hole?
Not
Where like
particularly.
no, you've never fallen down a wiki hole.
No.
Wiki, no.
With you.
YouTube, yes.
Okay. I was gonna say, like, this cannot be a foreign concept to both of you. Anyway, I fell down a TikTok hole. Well, it was really more of a, I guess, paparazzi hole, which is probably the worst
That
hole.
sounds dirtier.
Yeah,
That's a terrible
you
hole.
never want to find yourself in a paparazzi hole. But it all started from a TikTok where it said that Diddy had Bernie Mac killed. And I don't know if any of you listening at home know, I love Bernie Mac. I think Bernie Mac is one of the greatest comedians to have ever lived. And I was like, that can't be true. Because I am still sad about the death of Bernie Mac. And as I believe we have touched on in an episode, I think maybe even last episode. But I was like, no, that can't be true, right? That can't be true. So I started looking back to like, how did Bernie Mac die? Was there foul play suspected? What is the connection between Diddy and Bernie Mac? Whole big thing. Needless to say, Diddy did not have Bernie Mac killed. He's innocent of that crime. But I also, in that hole, found a lot of his other crimes that are coming out in testimony now. Oh boy.
I did
the
hear
wood
he's,
chipper.
I did hear he's he donated to the current president's campaign and is apparently now vying for a pardon.
That man should never see the light of day ever again.
What
Like,
didn't he have like gallons of like drug laced baby oil or something? Like gallons?
he had thousands of bottles, like 1,000 bottles of baby oil that was
Yeah, but they were not
seized.
the small ones. They were like the Costco size ones.
They were big bottles, and it is believed that they may have been laced with some GHB specifically because it has a similar consistency to baby oil. Apparently.
The rumor is that someone let slip that they loved using Trump's hotels for those parties. Apparently,
Oh God. Ugh. What a mess. It is some dark stuff. Dark stuff. That man should never see the light of day ever again. This better not turn out to be like a Cosby situation where like Cosby gets off on a technicality. This man, they better make sure that everything, dot their I's, cross your T's.
Don't let it slip off of him like the baby oil.
Exactly. Do not let this greased up man slip through your fingers. This man is too greasy in more ways than one.
Both figuratively and literally.
Figuratively, literally, morally, ethically.
he's greasier than Randy Pitchford, leader of Gearbox Studios.
Oh, God. That's a name I haven't heard in forever. Is Randy Pitchford still the CEO of Gearbox Studios?
Yup. And he said
Yes.
some wild shit.
Oh.
What did he say? What did he say? If you're a fan, you will find the money for an $80 game.
Okay, well, good to see
Yeah.
he's still being a shitheel. That's good. Happy to hear about that.
Yeah, Randy Pitchford says a real fan will find a way to pay $80 for Borderlands 4 if that ends up being the price.
I thought he was supposed to have taken a golden parachute years ago.
I mean, he can take a jump without a parachute, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, I'm getting him confused with Bobby Kotick.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, no. Oh yeah, that's an entirely different level. No. Yeah, no, that's a whole other thing. Yeah, Pitchford's yeah, he's still a gearbox.
Oh, wow. Well, with that unfortunate news, welcome to another episode of today's theme. If you're new here, welcome. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below the video there. And if you're returning, thanks for joining us again. I am your host, Mara. Joining me as always is Ash Dales
Ew.
and Lostronaut.
Hello.
And today's theme are B movies. I have one question for you, gentlemen. Do you like jazz? Because
God,
that's one of my favorite B movies.
The B movie is one of your B.
The B movie.
The B movie is your B
The
movie.
B
The B movie.
is the B movie that you B movie.
That's what a wild concept that was.
You know what was even wilder? The way that Jerry Seinfeld went whole hog in marketing that movie. This man, he wrote, I think he wrote and produced the B movie. Wrote, starred, and produced the B movie. He did promotional material for it. There are pictures of Jerry Seinfeld in a giant bee costume, suspended in the air by a crane, as promotion for this movie.
The 90s were a wild time.
Wild time. And this movie essentially boils down to, I mean, spoilers for the B movie, I guess. This movie basically boils down to a romance between a human woman and a literal bee.
I would want to be a bee on the wall for that pitch meeting. So you got a movie for me?
Yes, I do, sir. It's about a bee that falls in love with a woman. A talking bee, no less.
Wow.
Now, keep in mind, I am Jerry Seinfeld as I'm saying this.
What's the deal with bees?
Oh, I'm sorry, it wasn't the 90s. It came out in 2024. No, wait a minute. Sorry, 2007.
I thought the 90s sounded too early because I was like, wait, I'm pretty sure that was CGI. And
One of them's almost 20 years ago. The other's almost over.
let's not do this again.
Yeah.
Let's keep it light. Keep it light on the B movies and not an actual B movie.
So I was looking up some of the some B movies that I like. You ever watch Dead Alive? Where one of my favorite quotes comes from, which
Is that the what was that? Was that the Peter Jackson Dead Alive?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's an old horror comedy where my favorite, one of my favorite quotes, which is, "I kick ass for the Lord."
Yep. Peter Jackson
Pardon?
was one of the writers and the director.
There is a kung fu priest.
Yep.
I kick ass for the Lord. And what is this called?
Dead Alive. It's there's that one. There's the scene where one guy straps a lawnmower to his chest and runs into a pack of zombies.
Okay, does he live?
Sure. Who cares? It's a dumb B movie zombie comedy.
Yeah, it was a horror comedy written and directed by the director of Lord of the Rings.
A weird time we live in.
This was wasn't this this was done in New Zealand too, I think.
Was it? I forget where it was filmed, but
I want to say it was, but
I should go back and rewatch that. I love that movie. It's so dumb, and it's so bad. But it's not trying to be anything other than that. It knows what it is. It's like
And it's
the
not trying to be anything more.
yeah, it's like the Tokyo Gore Police. They know what they are.
You hit on one of mine. Some of the Tokyo Gore Police, and then the same. I can't remember the name of the studio, but they did the same. It was the same studio that did Frankenstein Girl versus Zombie Girl, or not? Yeah, Frankenstein Girl versus Vampire Girl, I think.
There's a whole like
Oh.
and like Frankenstein Girl versus Machine Gun Girl or something like that.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one, but yeah, some of the I don't know what that genre is. I just refer to it as like Japanese trauma
Yeah.
because
It ba-
it kind of feels it's a little tongue in cheek. They know there's way too much blood. That's kind of part of the gag. Like they do not take it too seriously.
You know where like the overspray of blood gag comes from, right?
No.
No.
Seven Samurai.
Oh,
The
okay.
Kurosawa
Okay.
film Seven Samurai, because
Okay,
there's a scene
alright,
where
yeah.
there's a duel, and one guy gets slashed, and I guess they just had the pressure up way too high on the blood machine, and it went hog wild.
Yeah.
It was just a like
Really?
a
And
Las
that's what started
Vegas.
like the whole trope?
Yep, it was just like a Las Vegas fountain worth of blood.
just the elevator scene in The Shining, but all at once and out of a hose.
Yeah. That's where
Have
the
either of
over-
you ever seen Troll 2?
I don't think I've seen Troll 2. I do remember seeing Troll, the original Troll. I don't think I saw Troll 2.
I don't think I've ever seen Troll 1, so no.
Well, good news, because Troll 2 has absolutely nothing to do with Troll 1.
Oh, good.
Is it anything like Leprechaun in the Hood?
It is even more outrageous, believe it or not. Like, when I say that Troll 2 has nothing to do with Troll 1, they are completely unrelated. To the point where, despite the movie is called Troll 2, the villains, like the monsters in the movie, are goblins. They are referred to in the movie as goblins.
What?
There is not a troll in the movie.
Okay.
It was marketed. It was marketed as a sequel to Troll only in America, despite having absolutely nothing to do with the franchise.
Yeah, I was gonna say the original Troll movie was it Finnish or Icelandic? It was a horror movie done by a group in that cult, like in that sort of culture, I believe, if I remember correctly.
The tagline for the movie is "One was not enough." But the thing is, one, as far as this story is concerned, this is one. Because it has nothing to do with the other story.
Yeah.
And to make it even more crazy, there is a Troll 3 that picks up from where one left off. That is related to Troll 1.
They just straight out don't we don't talk about 2 here.
So this movie, like Troll 2, exists within this franchise, having absolutely nothing to do with it.
I was really more expecting an Evil Dead 2 situation there. Which
Nope.
Evil Dead was kind of like, if I remember correctly, Evil Dead was like essentially their college film. It was like a shoestring budget, and they just made it work. And then they got the money and everything to do it right. So they're like, okay, we'll do Evil Dead 2, and they just redid Evil Dead 1, with a bigger budget.
And then they go completely off the rails with Army of Darkness.
Right? Yeah, Evil Dead: Army of Darkness, which in
I
some
feel like
places
they
I don't
knew
think
what they
even
were
had
doing.
the Evil Dead title.
I feel like they knew what they were doing with Army of Darkness, though. Like, they knew it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh,
What?
it was absolutely still one of my favorite movies to this day. Absolutely one of my favorite movies.
One of my favorite things about that franchise is it just takes place over a weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a camping trip.
Went camping to the Middle Ages.
Yeah. I came back with a metal hand, a bunch of scars, and PTSD. Here's a shotgun. That's where the show picks up. He's working at the S Mart again.
Got to make sure you
That show
shop smart.
sadly got canceled far too early, didn't it?
I think it had a couple of seasons, but yeah, I feel like they had
Yeah, because it was on what, Cinemax.
oh
And
yeah, that's
who
right.
the-
So yeah,
Who the hell has Cinemax?
Yeah.
nobody.
How is Cinemax still in business?
Are they? I thought they just got rolled into HBO Max.
I don't know.
Wait. That's not why HBO Max is called HBO Max, is it?
I thought that's why HBO Max was called HBO Max.
No. No.
Yes. Because like,
Is it really?
well, half of those conglomerated anyway. If I
No,
remember
Cinemax
correctly.
is still around. Cinemax
but
has
there-
their own
Is it?
streaming service.
Yeah, but I think they're owned by HBO.
Oh my God, you're right. Yeah, they're owned by Home Box. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Oh yeah, okay, I wasn't wrong.
So they have their own. Oh. Okay. All right. Sure. So they have their own streaming service in direct competition with HBO Max, another one of their streaming services.
They have a streaming service which is in direct competition to their own streaming service. Congratulations, Warner. You're
I
dumb.
hate it. I hate this. That's awful.
No one has ever accused Warner of having good financial decisions. Good business
Another
decisions.
one of my favorite B movies. It's a little bit more recent, but A Thousand Ways to Die in the West.
I
Okay, yeah.
haven't watched that because I'm just after like the first like 2 seasons of Family Guy, I just got sick of Seth MacFarlane.
Mm,
It's not the same humor as Family Guy.
yeah.
It's
Same thing with the
definitely not
Orville.
the same humor. Same with the Orville.
I really enjoyed the Orville. The Orville very much felt like a more realistic take on Star Trek. Before Lower Decks came out. Now Lower Decks feels, a little bit more socially realistic in
You
comparison
could
to.
absolutely tell that the Orville was made almost like a love letter to.
Oh, absolutely, yeah,
Star Trek.
absolutely.
Like,
He was. I think he was on an episode or two as like an extra, if I remember correctly,
was
like
he?
an engineering extra. Or so yeah, I could swear. Hold
Oh,
on.
wow. It's not one of my favorite B
'Cause-
movies.
Before that, I watched Ted, and that was awful.
Oh, well, there's your
You
problem.
didn't like
That's-
Ted?
It was
Eh.
it
And
was
no,
not
Yeah.
no.
They're working on a TED 2 apparently, and I
TED
just
3.
What? Oh, 3, and I'm like, why?
Because there was a second
There's a
one.
Ted. There's a Ted television show,
Ugh.
Why?
and it's hilarious. It's from when the setting is when Marky Mark's character and Ted were growing
Yep.
up. It's when Marky Mark was a kid.
He was on an episode of the Enterprise.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, he
cool.
was. Yeah, let's see. Which of course he gets stuck on Enterprise, like the worst performing Star Trek show ever.
I was probably just happy to be there.
I mean, at one point I think at one point they removed the Star Trek moniker and just left it Enterprise, or the other way around. I forget what it was. I think they had to. I think they actually added it later because people weren't watching it because it wasn't Star. They didn't know it was Star Trek.
Yeah, because I'm
I
pretty
think.
sure it was just Enterprise.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think I'm thinking of it. I think I'm remembering it backwards.
I could see
Yeah.
why you wouldn't. I could see why you wouldn't understand that was a Star Trek show based purely off of that name.
Or the opening theme.
Or any of the characters. Speaking of like B movies that are I would consider Galaxy Quest a B movie,
Oh yeah.
but
Oh,
that was
yeah.
very much like in that same line of like kind of like a love letter to Star Trek.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
It's been a while since I've seen that movie.
It still holds up, I think.
Does it?
I
I
think.
haven't.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out again. That's been a while.
Granted, I haven't been to a convention since before the dark times. Just trying to think of what other B movies I would consider the spoof movies like the Zucker Abrams and Zucker movies, B movies,
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Airplane, Hot Shots. Hot Shots
Yeah,
Part
a lot of the parody movies are kind of like B movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I would give you that. I would give you that.
The Naked Gun is a B movie.
Uh huh.
Like really anything Leslie Nielsen comedy.
Yeah.
Incredible cinema. Masterpieces.
Oh, I just had one on the tip of my tongue. What was it? Oh, damn it. Oh, I lost it. Ugh. It was. It's gone.
Too bad.
You'll think of it once we're done recording.
I will. I will.
The minute you finish the outro,
The
you'll think of
minute.
it and you'll say it.
I'll be making dinner and I'll be like, oh, that's what it was.
The very second you say cheese bags.
I-
You know, we were talking about Helldivers a little earlier. You know what inspired that, which
Some-
is actually
Starship Troopers?
some Starship Troopers.
Starship Troopers a B movie?
Yes.
Yeah,
Very much so.
absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely.
It's a Paul Verhoeven movie. Of course it's a B movie.
That is the B moviest of B movies. Come on.
Just from like the very first opening like just pitch of the movie.
I mean, the game got that real well. Like the tone, that whole overall tone, it got it. It like 100%.
Mobile infantry is what made me the man I am today. Missing 3 limbs. Would you consider The Fifth Element a B movie?
I would say it's definitely in that category. I mean, it's a Lupus on sci-fi movie, and a lot of people will just throw sci-fi directly into B anyway. But that is not a hard sci-fi movie. That is aesthetic. I probably would, but again, absolutely one of my favorite movies of all time. I saw that in theaters. It was I would go see it in theaters again if there are theaters that like do that every once in a while. I keep an eye out because occasionally they'll do Fifth Element and like Clue and a few others.
I tried to I emailed one of those theaters to do like a what was it, the 20th 20-something anniversary of The Last Samurai. But they never got back to me.
Gotcha. You could always do like a guerrilla drive-in.
Would we count any of the Muppet movies to be B movies?
Ooh.
I don't know. Cuz they're like kids movies, so they're kind of
Yeah.
I don't know.
They're
if
not.
I would
There's
like.
not a lot of overlap there.
Yeah, I don't know if like they're like supposed to be like kind of for a certain age range.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I would consider the Muppet movies a B movie.
No, no. I mean, I don't. Honestly, I'd consider that a classic at this point. But yeah,
Oh,
B movie, I don't think so. Now, From Dusk Till Dawn. If you want to talk about a fun B movie, just the first one. Don't bother with anything that has a number attached to it.
From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah,
What's that one? I've never heard of that one.
George Clooney and who's was it? Is this Quentin Tarantino play his brother? I think. Hold on.
yes.
Yeah,
Right there on the cover.
yeah. Quentin Tarantino, George Clooney,
Footman
Selma
himself.
Hayek. Yeah. A couple of escaped. I think they're escaped prisoners, or they just robbed a bank and they're on the run of the cops. They hijack a camper van with a family in it, and the guy's a preacher, and they need to make a meetup at a bar on the border in Texas, if I remember correctly, or just over in Mexico. If I remember correctly, it's in Mexico. But this bar, it turns out to be a vampire bar.
Oh, I hate
Yeah.
when that happens.
Yeah, so they have to survive the night.
Not just any bar, a stripper bar.
A stripper vampire ball. So, Selma Hayek is a stripper vampire that turns into a snake. Snake human hybrid.
Ah,
Snake
Robert.
human hybrid.
She is terrified of snakes, by the way. She dances with like a huge ball python on her shoulders. She is terrified of snakes. She actually in interviews later she was talking about how she basically she was disassociated the whole time.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
I would think that a lot of people would be disassociating during a Robert Rodriguez shooting.
Yeah. Harvey
That's
Keitel,
like part
so
of the course, right?
Harvey Keitel is the dad. He's the preacher. Let's see. Oh God, who was Robert Patrick in this? I don't remember him in that. What? Oh yeah, Juliette Lewis was in it. She was the daughter. Yeah, it was I think it was like 96 when it came out. See, okay, yeah, so a very not. Oh, Tom Savini was in it.
Who's Tom Savini?
Legendary effects artist.
Okay.
Did
okay, okay.
all of the monster
all
body
the Living
horror.
Dead
I knew I
Yeah.
recognized the name.
Yeah.
Now you said George Clooney.
Yes, he's the lead.
Let me submit this. And now I don't know because I feel like it might be a little bit too mainstream, but it is super campy. So which one is it?
I don't think being
Including
labeled a
Batman
B
movies.
movie really has like a price tag first off. So I don't think a budget's going to matter.
Batman and Robin.
Is that what it was?
The one
Batman and
Robin?
Robin? Yeah.
with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, I think he was in two. I think Batman and Robin and Batman Forever with
Yes.
with The Riddler by Jim Carrey and Two-Face by
Tommy Lee
Jones.
Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones. Thank you.
Who apparently hated the role, but he played it. I loved it. I love that.
That must have added to it. 'Cause
It was just kind of like a weird choice for portraying the characters because it was just
yeah.
basically two of the same character.
Yeah, that was a weird one to have. Essentially, didn't they also have Poison Ivy in that one? They had three separate villains.
No,
in, like-
Poison Ivy was in the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they
Yeah.
did that a couple times where it's just they started jamming, cramming in villains.
The Spider-Man
Well,
effect.
that was that was the trope that started ever since the final Burton Batman, because he had Penguin and Catwoman.
Oh yeah, that's.
So
I
then
mean,
that started a trope of always having two villains in Batman movies.
Okay.
A trope that has persisted until this day, I'm pretty sure. Unless the Batman might break it. But
I haven't seen the Batman.
It was
all the Bale movies, they all have two villains.
the
All the
Batman
90s
was
movies have two
just
villains.
the Riddler.
It was just the Riddler, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, the Penguin was in it, but he wasn't like a bad guy.
Was that set up for a sequel that never came?
Well, I mean, that's the same thing, though. That's the same thing with the third Burton movie, where like Catwoman was in it, but like she wasn't necessarily a bad guy.
She was always kind of a playful adversary, from what I understand, but I'm not really
She's like
deep
an
in the
anti-hero.
comics. Yeah. Well, I mean, technically, so's Batman. I mean, he's a vigilante.
Well, yeah. I guess anti-hero in reference to Batman.
Yeah, it isn't always more aligned to the side of necessarily right versus right now in my pockets, gimme.
Yeah. Yeah, those are. I love those movies. Everybody rags on them because, like,
They're so camp.
Yeah,
they're
they
so
are
camp.
100%.
So
Yeah.
camp. And like,
The thing is, like,
nothing can forgive the
Schwarzenegger-
Bat credit card.
Like Schwarzenegger just chewing the scenery as Mr. Freeze is legitimately hilarious.
It's incredible. It's incredible. And he's like, all the freeze puns and the ice puns. Like, come on.
It's almost as good as watching Tim Curry play that one that Russian general in the Red Alert series.
So good.
There are times he's giving his lines, you can see him almost break.
Speaking of Tim Curry, Clue.
Oh my god.
Are we counting Clue as a B movie?
It is, I believe it is technically a B movie, is it not?
Well, yeah. I mean, if we're gonna count the Batman movies, then yeah, Clue definitely.
What a wonderful movie. If you haven't watched Clue, watch it. You've done yourself a disservice. Watch Clue.
Oh, so one of the fun facts about Clue is if you watch it now, pretty much any streaming service or wherever you get it, you're going to see all of the endings. And they kind of, the way they edit it together is really cool. But when they originally released the movie in like 1985, before the internet, they sent different endings to different theaters in different regions. I think the endings were actually per region, but I'd have to look that up. But they weren't all lined up like that. If you went one place to see it, you'd get a different ending than someone that went to saw it at a different at like a different point. I just don't remember.
Oh,
if
I
it
didn't
was
know
like,
that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So it wasn't. So yeah, that's the thing. So it may have been per theater chain. Let me find out. Actually, now I gotta look.
Oh, for going in like that era of movie, then Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, one of my absolute favorite Rick Moranis movies.
I've actually never seen that movie.
What?
Oh, it is no. You need to fix that. You need to fix that. It is a musical. Rick Moranis is the lead. Steve Martin
love Rick Moranis.
plays a psychotic dentist hooked on nitrous oxide.
What?
The plant eats people. You are missing out.
You need to check yourself because you are currently wrecking yourself.
It is
by not having
legitimately a
watched the
musical.
movie.
It's a musical. They all sing.
Oh, that's reminded me of one. And this one's going back. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Oh God,
I
we're in like Killer Clowns from Outer Space territory here.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
we're in that end of this now. We're like in Critters.
I have not thought about Attack of the Killer Tomatoes probably in 30 years.
30 years ever since the animated show.
Yeah, pretty much.
I have a special place in my heart for that movie and that show because of the cartoon. Back in the early 90s when they would make a cartoon out of literally anything.
Anything.
There was
Anything.
there was a RoboCop cartoon. A cartoon
There
for
sure
an
was.
R-rated action series.
They did the same thing. I mean, Ghostbusters wasn't for kids, really.
No, it wasn't for kids, but it wasn't the main character gets his hand and like hand blown off and just absolutely eviscerated by shotgun blast in the first 20 minutes of the movie.
It's true. It's true.
I mean,
There are levels here. That's
Dan
fair.
Aykroyd did get a blowy in that movie from a ghost.
I mean, they kind of imply that more than they show anything, but yeah, okay, I mean, fair enough.
Well, how would you show a blowy from a ghost?
I wouldn't,
Exactly.
but that's why I'm not Dan Aykroyd. And maybe I need to rethink my stance on that. Maybe I need to get into paranormal erotic fiction.
There's a whole market for that.
I'm sure there is.
That's a whole thing where like there is like the monster fucker thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing. But I mean, like, and no, we have had other episodes where, I mean, the two of you are monster fuckers. Everybody here on this call is a monster fucker. Because I'd have sex with an alien.
Of course.
Exactly. Monster fucker.
Okay, so real quick, going back to the Clue thing, because I had to look this up, and it took me a minute.
Okay.
The Clues are released theatrically with 3 completely different endings. Each screening would randomly show one. The home video release contained all 3
Wow.
endings.
Oh, that had to have been crazy to go see that movie and then see it a second time and get a different ending. Be like, wait, what?
Talk about audience
Nobody
retention.
nobody believes you.
You want to get more people in the theater, start doing that again.
Honestly.
Oh, it would be spoiled in 10 minutes. We all know that, unfortunately.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
There would be screeners of it before it even gets released on like torrent sites. With somehow immaculate video, but the trashiest audio you've ever seen, and subtitles in Hindi for some reason.
Well, I mean, or like, would that be really any different than not looking up Marvel end credit scenes?
Fair point. Fair point. And even if it came out that there were multiple endings to the movie, you would still want to go and see which one you got.
For Christ's sakes, there's a whole like subgenre on YouTube that is just dedicated to like trading card Gamba openings. It's all about the chase.
You know, I used to watch a Magic the Gathering channel where the guy would sell boxes and he would, some people would request the box to be opened on camera and he would just make a video of him opening the box and chatting about the box and the cards. And I used to watch it because it would give me that hit of dopamine. I would think about like, go buy a box of boosters,
Never do that.
Oh, I'm doing it come next month on my birthday.
You're getting the Final Fantasy collection?
You bet your ass I am. They made Cloud Strife into a Magic the Gathering card. I need that.
I was so happy when I saw that pop up in the one group chat where I was like, oh god, thank god they're sold out. I don't have to spend money on that. Because I would have.
They sold out already.
Yeah.
It's not even out.
All the pre-orders are like sold out.
Are you fucking kidding me? God damn it. Oh man.
Same thing with the Switch too.
Oh, people are
Yeah,
doing that
Switch
to
2, I'm
themselves.
not surprised of. It saddens me though.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. Apparently, the what was it, the original Wii U sales were pretty good initially, or pre-order sales were pretty good initially. So we'll see what
Streaming the
happens.
Wii U died.
Yes.
Speaking of B movies and Nintendo, I hate to admit that I actually kind of like the 92 Super Mario Brothers movie.
I knew you were going to bring this
Yeah.
up. Yes, that is
That movie's
absolutely. Oh my
amazing.
god.
That movie is good. It's a good movie. I don't care what anybody says. It's a good movie. Is it a good Mario movie? Not really. But it's a good movie.
It's a
It's
movie.
a fun time.
There is a whole crazy ass story about the production of that. Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo were both absolutely fucking plastered the whole time. Drunk. They were drunk absolutely the whole shoot. The husband and wife team who were writing and directing it had never played the game and had no interest in any of it. It is absolutely
Play
wild.
the game if you want to partake of the franchise. Oh, speaking of partaking of the franchise, the Tekken movie is actually not bad.
Really, I didn't know there was a Tekken movie.
There was. It got no play. It got like no marketing. The only reason I knew about it is because I was a huge fan of Tekken at the time. I was like following along with the production because they were basically hiring martial artists who were like world champions of their particular art instead of hiring actors. I think the guy who was playing Brian was a 4-time world kickboxing champion. They got Lateef Crowder as Eddie Gordo.
Okay.
If you've seen a guy doing capoeira in a movie, that's Lateef Crowder.
Gotcha.
That's the guy you hire to do capoeira in a movie. Funnily enough, side tangent, he's under the mask for the Mandalorian.
Is he?
Yeah, that's Lateef
Oh,
Crowder.
cool. Oh, wow. Okay.
So I had this thought, just to jump off on a quick tangent. We should get back to the original plot soon.
We should.
But I argue that Lateef Crowder since he has spent more time as the Mandalorian, he's the Mandalorian, not Pedro Pascal.
Wait, who's the Mandalorian?
Lateef Crowder.
Which character? Oh,
In Mandalorian, Din Djarin.
I
because-
see. Yeah.
Because it's Lateef Crowder under the mask because Pedro Pascal just couldn't be asked to be on set.
Yeah, he's mostly been doing voice acting for Mandalorian, from what I understand.
So most of the time on screen, where Din Djarin has the helmet on, that's Lateef Crowder, not
I did
Pedro.
not know that. I did not know that. Then that's absolutely true. Absolutely. How could it not? Then Pedro Pascal is not the Mandalorian.
He's not. But anybody
There's
could
just
be
no-
the Mandalorian. Shut up with that nonsense.
Shut up with that.
Trying to think of other B movies that I've really enjoyed.
Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah.
That's a B movie.
Yeah, that's a B movie.
That's a B movie. in Hot Fuzz.
Yeah, the whole Cornetto trilogy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say I like Hot Fuzz out of all of them.
Hot Fuzz is probably the best movie, with Shaun of the Dead being in second, and then End of the World is Oh, speaking of, I just thought of it. The Highlander movies.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
yeah.
I feel like
the only one.
I feel like with I feel like most of these movies would hit that category of like for me a B movie is the kind of thing you'll find on like Cinemax, probably like, late evening, early morning. Sometimes, it, like depending on it, just like the level of camp on it, like Iron Sky, that's the kind of thing they'd run at midnight on Cinemax, or like 11 p.m. and then probably like light porn after, or at least they used to. I don't know now.
How could we have forgotten about the Highlander movies for so long? Sean Connery. I mean, come on. Basically, the movie he's in that. I mean, now I'm thinking about Sean Connery, The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
The movie that ended Sean Connery's entire career. Because what movie
Hot
was he?
take.
What was it?
I don't think that movie's all that bad.
It really wasn't.
It was a fun movie, but like, yeah, it didn't land well.
It was okay. What movie was he supposed to do where, like, he turned it down because he didn't understand it? And then he decided to take the next movie like it, and it ended up being League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
I think it was Lord of the Rings.
That's right. They wanted him as Gandalf, didn't they?
I think
it was Lord of the Rings, and he passed on it. I think they wanted him as Saruman,
Oh.
and he passed on it because he didn't understand it. And then it blew up, and he was like, "All right, well, that's it. I can't." Maybe it was Harry Potter.
Maybe. I
It
forget.
was one of those two.
If you know what it is, put it down in the comments.
I think y'all are right with the Lord of the Rings. That I could have sworn it was a Lord of the Rings role. I couldn't remember which wizard it was, but yeah, I could swear it was one of the wizards.
Although,
yeah, I think it was Saruman.
There is no way that Sean Connery could beat Christopher Lee's portrayal.
As Saruman?
Yeah.
Could you imagine Connery's accent welcoming Gandalf to Isengard?
Not so much B movies. Transition. Not so much B movies, because I was thinking about it the other day about Kevin Sorbo, the Hercules and Xena shows, and subsequently more Bruce Campbell, Jack of all trades.
Yeah.
Wait. He had his own show?
Yes, he had his own show in the Hercules Xenoverse.
Yeah, it was only a season or two long, right?
Yes, he did. Because he was a side character in the Xena show.
Yeah, I remember his side character. I remember his character in the Xena show. I didn't know they gave him his own show.
Yes, they did.
Oh, the actress who played Xena was in the Evil Dead Ash vs. Evil Dead series.
Don't you say the actress like she's not Lucy
I can't remember her name.
Lawless.
I couldn't remember her name. I'm sorry.
That is
but
mother.
Yeah.
Okay. Some respect on it.
Lucy Lawless was also in Ash vs. Evil Dead with Bruce Campbell.
Yes, she was. Yes, she was. That's actually what got me to watch that show, is because Lucy Lawless was in it.
Yeah.
I can't believe you didn't know that there was a Jack of all trades show with Bruce Campbell in the Xenoverse.
No,
I had no idea.
So that's got to be his like second series, right? Because he had Briscoe County Jr. before that, right? Please tell me someone remembers what show I'm talking about.
I've
I'm not
heard
dreaming
of
it.
Briscoe
I'm
County
not
Junior.
hallucinating it.
I know what you're
Okay.
talking about. I just haven't thought about it once again in 30 years.
I'm not hallucinating it. I'm not hallucinating it. The Bruce Campbell steampunk show can't hurt you. The Bruce Campbell steampunk show isn't real.
Wait. Was it an animated show?
No.
Oh, I have no idea what you're talking about then.
Yes. It was live action.
I don't think this is real.
I think it was.
What was it
I
called?
can- The Adventures of Briscoe County Jr.
The Adventures of Briscoe County Jr. looks... I thought it was a Western.
It was.
Where'd you get steampunk from?
Okay. Did you actually watch the show?
Not really.
Okay. There are certainly some proto steampunk elements in that. They may I think they worked their way into some steampunk stuff later. But being this, I think this may predate that art styling by a couple
I
of years.
wish I knew what you were talking about.
It's
Okay, hold on. Let me find.
It sounds phenomenal.
I was just gonna say he's had like 3 TV shows. Yeah, I think it had 1 season.
two,
It may have been 2
two
seasons.
seasons, it looks like.
2 seasons. Here, hold on a sec. It's in the thing. There you go. I didn't hallucinate it. So I think this was hot off of his Army of Darkness movie. I remember this being maybe aired on TBS.
God, I remember this show. I remember this. I had no idea that was Bruce Campbell.
Yeah. So
I don't-
here's the funny thing. If you've ever heard of the role-playing game Deadlands,
Yeah, I played Deadlands.
yeah, he wrote the foreword for Deadlands. He plays and occasionally runs games of Deadlands. Sometimes at conventions you can catch him playing as Briscoe County Jr.
What? I'm watching this trailer and like
It's a fun show.
it is blowing my mind right
It
now.
is absolutely like Western pulp. It's just like fun. It's just all filler. It is absolutely all filler.
TNT. Yeah, it was on TNT.
Yeah, TNT. That's what it was. God, that's not still a thing, is it? That I think they what did they turn into? Yeah, that's right. It was like TNT. It was one of those like weird like
What?
secondary like cable stations.
This I might need to download this to Plex. That might need to happen.
I think I may this absolutely is on my Plex somewhere.
Would you consider Farscape B tier?
I mean,
I'll give it to
Farscape-
Farscape.
I'm iffy on Farscape only because that's Disney/Henson. But like, other than that, again, that sort of a lot of people will just immediately slide sci-fi directly into B. In a lot of cases.
Talk about an early crush. Claudia Black.
Yeah, she was the
Aaron's son?
peace. Yeah, was it Peacekeeper?
Yeah, the Peacekeeper, Aaron's son.
Yeah.
How do I remember this one too?
We lost Mara. She's just absolutely fascinated by Briscoe County Jr.
I really it's like unlocking childhood memories right now. Like there's a TV on in the other room, and this trailer is playing.
Oh, it unlocked a core memory.
Like this is gonna keep me up more than the Disney mascots from earlier.
If I don't get to sleep, nobody does.
Jesus. Oh wow. Okay. All right. Pull it back, bitch. Let's go. Let's go. Snap out of it. My God.
Back to the theme at hand.
We're on the theme in hand here. Jesus.
So-
Call with it.
So there was a couple of movies I wanted to bring up, some of my favorites, and they're all Vincent Price movies.
I do love me some Vincent Price.
Oh, I have a collection of his stuff. I love some of his some of the horror movies he had. What was? Let's see. There was. Oh, hold on a second. I'm trying to remember one of them. Because there were a few. Mask of the Red Death was good.
I have actually seen that one.
Yeah.
And I will agree, it was good.
There were a couple of others I'm trying to remember. There was what was it? Dr. Phibes and the Return to Dr. Phibes, I want to say. Just absolutely over the top. Let's see. The Raven. Oh God, House on Haunted Hill. The original House on Haunted Hill.
Didn't they base the board game off of that?
I don't. Oh, you're talking about the board game Betrayal at House on the Hill.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know actually. That is absolutely a hell of a board game. The dynamic different endings is amazing. Like I have a copy of that game. I love that game. I actually have the expansion Widow's Walk too. Anyway, yeah, but like a bunch of the Vincent Price movies they're always fun. I swear there's one I'm not seeing that I remember. I just don't remember the name of.
I'll admit, I haven't watched any of the Vincent Price movies.
Do you remember when Vincent Price was part of the Scooby-Doo gang?
Mildly.
The
Yeah.
13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo? Arguably the best Scooby-Doo series. I can hear any haters in the comment section right now. I don't care. Scrappy-Doo is awesome.
Ugh. 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 Stop.
Drown out the haters. Drown out the haters. Puppy power, baby.
There's a reason why Scrappy-Doo only lasted what, like 2 seasons?
He lasted longer than that. Oh, God. Oh, you're welcome.
Oh, here we go. Oh, here's one. Okay, here's one of the. Okay, you want to talk about a B movie? Here's a Vincent Price B movie. Comedy, Dr. Goldfoot and the Bikini Machine. He plays the main villain, Dr. Goldfoot, if I remember correctly.
You say, please tell me he plays Dr. Goldfoot.
Yeah. He plays Dr. Goldfoot. If I remember correctly, too, who played the lead? Like the lead, he was Frankie Avalon played the lead. So like he was, I think he was like fairly popular actor at the time. I think he may have been a Disney actor as well at one point. I could be wrong.
I'm sorry.
On that.
There's also another Google result here that says Dr. Goldfoot and the Girl Bombs. Is this a sequel?
Well, there. Oh yeah, that looks like that. Yeah, 1966.
It is.
I did not see that one. I may need to check that out. There was also a made-for-TV movie, Dr. Goldfoot, the Wild Weird World of Dr. Goldfoot. I don't know where you would find that at this point, unless you go through like ABC's archives.
Oh my god. That I don't I think I'm gonna watch this. This actually looks kind of fun.
Yeah, that one
Oh.
was kind of ridiculous.
That gold
A
foot
very
was
very
so
very 60s camp. Like think very like
Which
it's
one's
very
first? I guess Bikini Machine's first.
Bikini Machine is first, yes.
Okay.
I that is
I
a
don't wanna be
series of words
confused,
that
you
came
know?
out of my face.
I don't wanna watch them out of order and be confused.
No, you can't have that. Can't have that.
I think we are.
Let's just read this.
I think we are all forgetting one of the greatest B movies of all time. Mortal Kombat.
Oh my god,
I forgot they even made a Mortal. This is the 90s one, right?
Yup.
yeah, this was like 90, 95, 96, 97, somewhere around there.
I will
Oh, and in
say.
a similar vein, the Street Fighter movie.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, that was I mean, Raul Julia did so amazing in that.
Just chewing all of the scenery.
Oh my god.
For you, the day Bison graced your village was the most impactful day of your life. For me, it was just Tuesday.
I will say that that movie is better than the HBO one. Come at me. Come at me in the comments.
There was an
Bold words.
HBO.
Yep, 2021 they did an HBO Mortal Kombat movie.
Really? The
You're
absolute
saying the 90s Mortal
gall.
Kombat movie is better than the redo?
Yes.
Well-
Because it
well, it was
has
the
more to
2000s.
do
Wow.
it has more to do with Mortal Kombat than the 2021 Mortal Kombat. It is
Oh,
a
okay, I was
better
thinking-
Mortal Kombat movie than the new Mortal Kombat movie. Because it doesn't try to put in every man into the lead role.
I remember when that movie came out, that did seem like an odd choice. For
Especially
a franchise
after, like,
with a wealth of characters.
yeah, with a wealth of characters and like how it opened with such a banger of an opening where it's like the first encounter of Scorpion and Sub-Zero.
Oh,
Oh, that's
Oh,
cool.
And then
I
skip forward 500 years to random failed MMA fighter Cam something something something.
I have no clue why I thought the Street Fighter movie was in the early 2000s. That was 94.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hey, yeah, that was mid 90s. We were
I
in the
need to-
thick of it.
I think I might need to clear out my cache.
We were in the thick of it. And with that, you have wasted another perfectly good hour here with us at today's theme. I personally really just want to leave everyone with Dr. Goldfoot and the Bikini Machine. I think if there's no other takeaway from this episode, we should all watch that. That really just sounds like a winner. If you haven't all yet, please hit that, go down below the video, hit that subscribe button, and ring the noti bell. That way you get notified whenever we drop new videos. Thank you so much for listening. I have been your host, Mara.
I've been Asher.
I've been lost.
Stay classic, cheese bags.